you ready? Are you ready? Let's go! Do you have absolute certainty on how you go from hello to yes on what you're looking for?
Sean is a master. He teaches. It's not just about sharing the formula with you. It's about making sure that we learn.
I went from $100,000 in debt from law school to having no money and starting my own law firm on my credit card to selling it 4 years later.
Sean and I, we co-created massive victories in 2 unwinnable jury trials, which are recognized nationally now as top 100 jury verdicts.
To be even on the same track with you, who I respect and admire and love with all my heart.
Never again submit. You're not better and you're not less than any human on earth.
When you shared with us about the Unblinded process and the mastery sales training, I just went, wow.
Sean will gain proximity to the most influential and powerful people. He will find out how he can grow their business, how he can help them personally. But the third thing that he does is the most important. Sean serves without an expectation of getting anything in return.
You have very, very high performing colleagues.
22 years ago, you transformed my life as you did all these people's lives over the course of time. I couldn't be more grateful. Let's hear it for Tony Robbins.
I don't see him as a lawyer, and I don't see him as a blind person. Someone who has subjugated his ego, who has taught me what serving really looks like.
You have this incredible ability to just have unconditional love for everyone, and that is just an incredible gift.
The moment you have been waiting for.
The American Blind Association is the first new face and voice of that association since Helen Keller.
Formula for formulas, which is exactly what I've learned from Sean. It's a language-based predictable model. We will have over 300 new sales meetings this month.
This superpower in the world that is attainable for you is the ability to influence people. If you believe that, say yes. If you believe that, say yes.
Do you think that worked?
No, it's Trajectory Tuesday, excuse me. So what's up, Gina? How are we doing out there?
We are doing amazing. Sean, first up, we have an incredibly inspiring man. His name is Aaron Golub, first legally blind athlete to play football in Division I game at Tulane, Sean. Captain his senior year, went on to become an NFL free agent. He never let his limited vision get in the way of his success. I mean, my heart is leaping for you, Aaron, and for what you've been able to do, paving the way for others with disabilities, showing them the impossible is possible. Welcome to The Real Rock.
Thanks for having me.
How are you?
I'm good. How about yourself?
I'm doing well, man. Doing well. So what position did you play? Like, tell us a little more about this, please.
I was a long snapper. Switched from offense and defensive line in about sophomore year of high school, and then was able to have the opportunity to play at the Division I and pro levels.
Dude, that's amazing. Congratulations on that. Amazing accomplishments. And if I could ask, what caused your vision loss?
I was born with it. So it was just a very rare genetic disease that I was born with. So I have no vision at all in my right eye and extremely limited in my left.
Wow. Very well. Inspirational. Appreciate that. Aside from that amazingness, what is your other fun fact?
Other fun facts besides that? Well, that might have been my fun fact, but I'm actually also a snowboard instructor.
That is extraordinary. Well, I would love to hit the hills at some point. What's your favorite mountain?
I generally teach at Sunapee in New Hampshire, but love going all over.
All right. Well, very, very cool. I don't know. Are you aware of the fact that I'm also blind or no?
Yeah. No, I am.
Yeah, very cool. So appreciate all that you've been able to accomplish in the world, and would love to hit the mountains together at some point. That would be super cool. Well, thanks for being here. Gina, who we got?
Next up, coming from Solana Beach, California, looking over the sea right now, Mr. David Perez founded highly successful entrepreneurial ventures, launched cutting-edge disruptive technologies, CEO of Nourish Me, on a mission to reduce inflammation and give people their lives back. Welcome, David Perez, to The Real Rock.
David, how are you?
You're on mute, David.
Oh, it's a pleasure, Sean. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, and it's a pleasure to have you here today. I'm presuming Twizzlers and pizza are not good for inflammation.
No. You got to honor your body, and this is what I talk about. Honoring our body is the key in life. You are what you eat, and food is medicine, and medicine is food. So we can get everything we need to stay healthy, stay strong. You know, our brain is the most important thing. So if you have an inflamed gut, you have an inflamed brain, inflamed inflamed body, you have an inflamed family, inflamed community. So everything starts with inflammation. Believe it or not, it's not only what you eat, it's your diet, it's also what you drink, how you breathe, also what you put on your skin, which is a huge factor. The shampoos you use, the soaps you use to wash your hands, the sanitizers, that goes right into your bloodstream. So we can talk about that later. But my fun fact, she told me to give you a fun fact. So my fun fact is I'm going to space. Hopefully, we just had a successful mission with Virgin Galactic last week. So we're ready to go. So after 16 years of waiting, I'm sorry, we got cut off there. Yeah, after 16 years of waiting, we're finally going to space, finally. So that's exciting on Virgin Galactic. So I'm interested in that. And I do a lot of humanitarian work, especially I did some work in New York, but my main missions have been in Haiti and New Orleans, where I flew 74 jumbo jets over with supplies and lots of aid, medical aid, and people like Virgin Galactic, Virgin Atlantic, and Virgin America helped me. Richard Branson's group helped us deliver some aid out there and supplies. So I love helping other people when in need. Doesn't matter where, whether it's Kenya, Ethiopia, all over the world. I love doing humanitarian work. So I always say the secret to living is giving. And a lot of people, you've heard this on Clubhouse, but that's the truth because God blesses us. Thank you.
David, thank you so much for being here and for the extraordinary life you're living, and best of luck in space, man.
Thank you.
Thank you. Gina.
Incredible. Yes.
Gina.
Next up from Alberta, Canada, Kirsha Campbell, CPA extraordinaire, helping CEOs scale cash flow by implementing strategic financial systems. Big smile, big heart. Welcome, Kirsha Campbell, to The Real Raw.
Thank you, Sean. Thank you all for having me today. I'm happy to be here again. Thank you.
Thank you. And it's Kirsha?
Yes, it is, Sean. Yes.
Kirsha, it's an honor and a pleasure. And what's your fun fact, Kirsha?
My fun fact is that I'm a child at heart. I enjoy playing pranks, just having fun, being silly, and having twin boys. It fits in quite well. They keep me going.
And how old are your twin boys?
They're 6.
Nice. Well, congratulations on your fun, your magic, your twin boys, and your impact in the world. And thanks for being here today.
Thank you, too. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. We got Kirsha. We got some other fine folks, Gina. Who we got?
I think you know this gentleman, this Cowboy Joe, multi-surface company who buys, repairs, manages, and sells homes. You know, incredible man. Cowboy Joe, welcome to The Real Raw. We're glad you're here today. Glad to have you last night. Hello.
Cowboy Joe, what's up, man?
Thank you, Gina. Doing well. Fun fact, this crowd may be a little young, but Revenge of the Nerds, I am Ogre, secretly a nerd trapped in an athlete's body. I played high-level football, but I am a nerd, love science, health, and secrets of the universe. I read quantum physics books for fun. My long-term mission is to develop an alliance of people that are developers, builders, and financiers to literally and figuratively build the world the way we want to build it.
Oh, that's awesome, Cowboy Joe. Appreciate you being here, and thank you for your generosity contributions in Key West. And it's awesome to be here together today.
Looking forward to it. Appreciate the chance to be with you.
Thank you. Gina, we got.
Next up, more sports in the house. Mr. Spencer Carbery out of Hershey, Pennsylvania, the sweetest place on earth. Finished 3rd year as Hershey Bears head coach, minor league affiliate. He coached for 11 years in various leagues and 3 years of the Hershey team. He's here with us today with his, talk a little bit about his record, which I'll let you share. Welcome, Spencer, to The Real Raw.
Hey, Spencer, how are you?
I'm doing very well. Thank you guys for having me on.
Well, thank you for being here. And how about, what is your fun fact, my friend?
Fun fact, in typical hockey player fashion, on my wedding night, I lost my front tooth.
That must have done well for the pictures.
Yeah. Thankfully, it was after the meal and speeches, so that was the one positive.
Was this in a fight at your wedding?
No, it was later on in the evening. Bit out of a pizza, and it was a fake tooth, but decided to come out on my wedding night.
Woof. Well, that is a true fun fact. And how about, so what's the record dynamics that Gina was speaking into related to your coaching?
Just the success we've had over the last 3 years in Hershey. Really proud of the record that we've had. We've had over 100 wins in the last 3 years and 50 losses. So we've
wow.
Had a good run here.
667 plus winning percentage. Congratulations on your awesomeness.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks for being here, Spencer. Yeah. Gina.
He's a winner, just like you, Sean.
Yes.
Bella. And like you guys. Yes. So who we got?
I don't know. I don't know anybody who wins at more things than you. I've never met anyone that wins at more things than you, but thank you.
No. Well, thank you.
I'm with you on that, Bella. All right. Next up, Sean. This Mike Ansbach, this experienced director of photography, history, and entertainment industry, went from near death to STEM health. 37 surgeries, 12 stem cell procedures in 1 week. Yes. Featured on TLC's The Healer, shot 5 seasons of Dr. Drew, 10 seasons Dancing with the Stars, Shark Tank, American Inventor, 12 seasons of Punk. So I'm blown away. Welcome, Mike, to The Real Raw.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here. Great to meet you, Sean, Gina, Spencer, Aaron, David, I knew already. It's everybody in the room. Cowboy, Kersha, Bella, everyone here. So thank you for having me. Yeah, I'm really grateful to be here. I've had a number of new life or near-death experiences, however you want to call them. But yeah, I like to help other people heal. It's one of my gifts. Intuitively, there's a lot of processes. And I'm working on a book. It's funny, my friend Lindsay is talking about the 48 Laws of Power right now by Robert Greene. Mm-hmm. And I got to meet him. I met him backstage before he spoke. And he actually told me he gets like a little bit of soft gut. He gets the nervousness before he speaks. And I'm like, wait a second, you're the master, bro. Hold on a second. That doesn't happen. That's like saying Eddie Van Halen gets stage fright. I don't believe you. So it honestly came down to his diet. So he and I talked about diet backstage, which was my friend's kitchen in Bel Air. And he spoke for a crowd of like 200 people in a large living room. But just backtracking to, I think, let me see, Maxim 03, 04, something like that. I was shooting for Diane Hill, who was the first female sports broadcaster. So there was never women on the field. There never side, nothing So we spoke of the 48 Laws of Power every time we had a shoot. We talk about a new law in great length. So when I had the opportunity to meet Robert, of course I invited Diane, and she was, for lack of a better term, a little bit starstruck. And he also wasn't expecting to have a fan that's looks like a playmate, so I think the element of surprise there was epic.
Is that one of the 48 Laws of Power? Like that the Zeus energy collapses to the playmate? Like, is that like in the book? Or
He was definitely amazed at the intellect of his super fan. And, she actually went on, she quit the sports world a little too early, I think, but she's a very talented lawyer who helps people with workers' comp issues, mainly first responders. So, she went from one thing with sports to helping people in need. So that's kind of like one thing that, I think as a lot of us are athletes, we also have the power to help people heal, and it's training. So it's being in that routine. It's getting your body healthy again. So that's, something that I'm in the process. I've already written the chapters out, but the laws of success in regenerating, like regenerative medicine and how to do it naturally. David's a part of that. And I think a lot of us here probably are as well. So I love Clubhouse for assembling a team and meeting great people that I normally wouldn't be able to meet. Or even if we went to a big Tony Robbins thing, I can't interact with everybody. But one interesting thing about Zoom is my mentor, Michael Mooney, passed away. And unfortunately at 65 with brain aneurysm, he did a lot of good for people. So I want to carry on his work. It's one of my goals. And it's part of the whole solution for everybody, I think. But also one thing he always said, instead of like, how you doing? He always asked, how's your health? And that's something I want to carry on because it actually means something. It means you really do care genuinely. And he was like an encyclopedia with a sense of humor. And, I spoke at his Zoom funeral, and in front of me were like 99 amazing biohackers. So it was bittersweet and very nice to meet everyone who's a recluse for the most part. They're undiscovered geniuses in that room. And I think it's time to make it a little more vocal, and get people out of their shells and have them speak and really share their research with those who need it. And that's part of my mission.
Cool.
So thank you. Appreciate you guys
for being here. Thank you for your mission, standing for health. And we're not the biohackers of people's bio and psych hackers of people's money, time, and magic here. So loads to unpack. We're not getting even a fraction into it today. We're just having a little bit of fun today, getting to know each other, but really appreciate what you're standing for in the world, because there's a science and a formula to create the outcomes that we want, whether it be in our biology, physiology, the chemicals flowing through our body, whether obviously nutrition matters enormously, how we release those chemicals, and also how we space and deal with our influence, and how we raise money, how we sell, how we leverage, how we create. These are things that most people think are linear differences, but quite frankly, they're exponential differences. And if they weren't exponential differences, then Oprah Winfrey wouldn't be worth $2 billion. She'd be worth maybe a little bit more than some people who looked like her, sounded like her, acted like her, were liked like her. But she is 1,000x what some fine folks running around Clubhouse or having television shows, might be like. 1,000x in terms of her impact, her influence in the world, and in many respects, actually 100,000x. So how do those things happen? That's my life's work and study, and that's what we're here to just play with a little bit today. So thank you for being here. Now, Gina, we got the influence sorceress, actually, started selling crafts on her front lawn as an 8-year-old, progressed to being talking about exponential differences. How do you go from somebody who doesn't complete high school until later to becoming a 7-figure in network marketing by the time you're 20 years old? And how do you go from that to being the #1 business broker in the state of Nevada? And how do you go from that to being the chief influence sorceress at Align Talent and my co-host on The Real Raw, making magic happen in the world with her heart-centeredness, her disruptive personality, her fun, her magic, but most of all, for love for people and a stand for them and their greatness. Bella Verita, it's an honor, privilege to call you my co-host. What's happening? Bella, and what is your fun fact for today?
Ooh, my fun fact for today. You know what? My fun fact always when, we have a bunch of sports people on, you know what my fun fact is. When we got sports people on, so you got to understand, Sean wins at everything, like winning touchdown passes, started all 4 years in Columbia baseball, like wrestles, all these things, everything he does like extremely well. And including like integrity-based human influence and all the things, everything he does, he is phenomenal at, except for when he wrestles Bella Verita. I can out-wrestle Sean Callaghan. That is my claim to fame. That is my fun fact that, under pressure, wrestling against Bella Verita, Sean just folds, goes over, and can't handle it. So that is my fun fact for today.
Bella is out of her mind, #1. #2, the truth in her statement is that on a trampoline on Necker Island with 10 people there, Richard Branson's island, it is a true fact that I went into the water before Bella, and that Bella was a causal force of me going into that water. That is absolutely true. So there is truth.
Gina, let's get on with the show. It's 3:30. We got to get on with the show, Sean. On with the show, Sean.
You're unbelievable. You're unbelievable. So Bella over here, ladies and gentlemen. Gina, we love you. Great job in getting us launched in the multiverse. We're gonna have some fun today. So Gina Ricci, love you for all that you do. By the way, she may or may not have made out with a rock star at the Jersey Shore. We'll leave that story for a different day. Mwah, Gina, love you. See you soon.
Love you guys. Bella, wave your magic wand. Everybody have fun exploring the impact of integrity-based human influence. See you soon, hopefully, in the multiverse. Bye.
Be well. Bella, who's going first? Let's do this thing.
Oh, I am so, this is a tough choice. Like, I want to hear from Aaron and from David. But David looks like he's talking to someone, so let's go with Aaron.
All right.
I'm here. That was Tony calling me.
Tony Robbins?
Oh, Tony Rodriguez?
No, yeah, Rodriguez. He's calling me. Tell me to look at the camera. I'm on my iPad. I'm on my iPad, and I've got the iPad turned sideways.
What's up,
so
Tony
I've got
Rodriguez? We love you, brother. What's up, man?
Tony, they love you. He hasn't stopped calling me. Anyhow, I'm here.
Well, since he's watching and paying attention, let's start with David Perez.
Okay.
So David, Bella will be anybody you want her to be. What this whole thing is about is that in our leadership, in our enrollment, our selling, our marketing, our management, our recruiting, our fundraising, all of it, whether it's charitable or for a company, influence, everything after yes, all those dynamics are what separate people from being dreamers to people creating reality. Influence, knowing what to do with it, to cause it at scale, and our own ability to master ourselves to use it. Like, right, that's what it's all about for money, time, and magic.
Right.
So Bella will be anybody you want her to be. The request is, David, that it's a yes that you're seeking in the world. She could be herself. She could be Oprah Winfrey. She could be an ideal client avatar, a client, anybody you want her to be. But who would you like Bella to be?
Bella, I would like you to be the FDA commissioner.
Oh, I love this. Bella, you're the FDA, the Federal Drug Administration Commissioner. Let's take it in.
Okay.
Go ahead.
All right, let's go. Hi, David.
So, okay. So tell me, why have you approved synthetic vitamins and minerals and synthetic drugs that cause all sort of side effects and create toxicity to most people that are taking, like, for example, vitamin C, ascorbic acid? All this stuff is damaging people's bodies. High levels of vitamin C, it's clinically proven that a lot of these toxins are causing cancer. So we're taking healthy people and making them sick. Why is that?
Faith that we believe that they are helping people.
So why is the National Institute of Health on their PubMed's website have clinical studies, over 20 clinical studies that show this over the past 20 years, that high levels of vitamin C are no good, including the Linus Pauling Institute, who once said 2,000, 3,000 milligrams is fine. They now, if you go on their website in Oregon, Linus Pauling Institute says take no more than 90 milligrams male, 75 to 85 female, children about 25 to 30. It's right on their homepage. And why is it that so many companies have been shut down over the years? Tell me, why has this happened? And why is there studies in Europe that have clinically proven, studies 6 months into a 1-year study, where majority of the nurses in this study were 40% of them contracted breast cancer? So tell me, why are we not doing anything about this? And all these breast implants causing all sorts of inflammation. There's millions of women, and most people don't know, Allergan was sued, class action suit, and lost. Rough breast implants cause all sorts of lymphoma. So why are they still putting breast implants in women? What's going on with all of this stuff at the FDA? Why isn't the FDA awake and aware of what's going on?
Well, that was about 42 different questions. So which question are you wanting me to answer?
Anyone you want. Go after supplements and how dirty they are, filled with toxins.
Yeah, so, I would say that there are, many different studies that can prove, many different things. And, we've done our own studies, and in our studies, we have proved them to be safe for consumption.
Excuse me, Bella, you got to take a quick phone call. There's somebody from one of the major drug companies outside with a suitcase, and he said it's got the cash in it.
Oh. Is it plant medicine?
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Bella, I'm sorry, David. Bella's got an important, quick thing to grab, so she'll be right back. Okay.
I like cash money.
David, excellent work. We'll be back in round 2. All right, brother.
Thank you.
Nice. Let's go, Aaron. Who would you like Bella to be?
He's unmuting.
Oh, there. Sorry, I clicked it and it didn't work.
All good, brother. Who would you like Bella to be, Aaron?
Bella, how about I do a couple things. One of the things, I'm a speaker. How about you're a big company that I'm looking to get paid to speak at?
Fantastic.
Let's do it. Bella, take us in.
Hello, Aaron. This is Bella.
Hey, Bella, how are you doing today?
I am fantastic, Aaron. How about yourself?
I'm doing wonderful. It's a great, nice day here in Boston. Getting to have a lot of productive things happening. Really excited to talk to you. How's your day been so far today?
My day has been adventurous, is how I like to put this day. It's been quite the adventure.
Yeah. What adventures have you been going on today?
Oh, I would say it's like, like how mountain climbing is, and like you climb and you'll be in the middle of mountain climbing. You're like, where the F do I go from here? There's nothing to grab onto. Like, I'm tired, I might let go. And then you find like the ideal spot and like you grab onto it, and then, you can keep going, another 100 feet or whatever the case may be. So I kind of liken it to that kind of adventure today.
Hey, that's always fun. I'm not the biggest mountain climber, but I always love, adventures in your own fashion. So that's fantastic.
Absolutely.
So, first off, thanks for taking the time to hop on this call. I'd love to talk to you about, me coming into your company and sharing my story, sharing my message with your employees, your group, your organization, and seeing how we can work together.
Yeah, I have heard, some things about you. We have a lot of speakers that want to come in and speak. So, why don't you, what is it that you think that our employees would benefit from having you come in?
Yeah, so I'll give you my quick 30-second background and then tell you what I talk about. So, my name is Aaron Golub. I became the first legally blind Division I athlete to play in a game when I played football at Tulane University. Went on to become a team captain, then an NFL free agent. Now I'm an entrepreneur, a speaker, 5 times TEDx speaker, in the process of coming out with my first book. But what I do is I go into companies, I go to sports teams, events, and talk about leadership, overcoming obstacles, how to turn your disadvantages into your advantages. I speak on, I'm so thankful, so blessed that I was born legally blind, because it's allowed me to do incredible things and meet some amazing people. And I'd love to share that message with your employees, with your organization, to empower them to be better leaders, to be better people, to overcome anything that's in front of them.
Wow, that is incredible and quite the inspiring story. I'm interested to find out more about, your career and, how long you played for and what all of that looks like. I'm going to have to take a quick call here really soon, but definitely can't wait to find out more and see, what it looks like and what our employees.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, before we jump off, since I'm sure you're just as busy as I am, how does this time sound in 2 weeks from today? We hop on another call, get to know each other a little more, and go from there.
Yeah, I just want to find out a little bit more information. I just need to take a quick call, and I will call you back in like a minute or two.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Hey, Bella, you got the National Speakers Association on the line. We're going to talk to you about some future speakers.
Oh, fantastic. I like the National Speakers Association. Maybe this could help.
Aaron, excellent job. Love it. Bella Verita, let's go with this. How about you select who's going to give the feedback for who? So which 2 judges would you like to have give feedback first to David?
Well, since we know Mike and David are friends, and so that feedback might be skewed a little bit, I think we should go with Joe and Kirsha to give David feedback.
All right. So let's go Kirsha, and then we'll go Cowboy Joe. 30 seconds of feedback, please. Bella will be the keeper of time integrity, and she might be like, and your score is Kirsha at the end of 30 seconds, but 15 seconds on what worked, 15 seconds on what could be optimized, then a score on a scale of 1 to 10. And what we're really looking for in this first round is how was connection established? How was listening opened? So Kirsha, what you got for David?
Okay, for David, I felt like he started somewhat attacking her, and I see it's the FDA, the body, but not her personally. But I felt like he just started out just having that attack, and even as an employee, depending on where she is, she might not really know about the stuff he was talking about. So I saw that as a little gap. I think he was very direct, which is good, just to the point. A lot of persons do like just get to the point, just be direct with what you want from me. So those are the pros and cons of how I did see him approach it.
And your score for David is?
I would say a 7.5.
Nice.
Out of 10.
Thank you, Kirsten. How about Cowboy Joe? What do you have for David?
Hey, on the positive side, he did have the facts. He had a lot of research backing it up. He was direct. However, he started off combative, asking a why question that really had many sides to it, and made it the FDA director's responsibility, like they were personally responsible for those decisions, and just approached it from a combative standpoint rather than approaching it from the positive aspects of his solutions versus the negative aspects of the medicine that's in place now.
And your score for David is?
I'm going to say a 6, mostly because he never made a connection. He started off combative and never really made that connection. And the connection is critical to get your point across.
Got it. All right. Thank you, Cowboy Joe, for that. And Bella, so who's giving feedback to Aaron?
So to Aaron would be Spencer and Mike.
All right. Let's go Mike first. Mike, what do you have for Aaron?
Aaron, I love the enthusiasm. I love everything that you've done with sports, man. I think it's incredible. And I think the approach was good. Also, what do you call it? Am I allowed to say anything about David or no? Because we're friends.
How about in the next round, we're going to flip flop so you can see if any feedback from David. Is that cool?
Yeah, huge proponent of vitamins being legal. I'll drop a link on that. But with sports and performance and abilities and everything, I just think the two tie together a little bit. So, but
and your score for Aaron is?
For Aaron, I'm going to give him an 8.
Awesome.
All right. Thank you, Mike.
All right.
How about Spencer? What do you have for Aaron?
Positive. I thought he did an excellent job of connecting, creating a bit of trust, asking questions. I thought really personal, and you could tell he's passionate and obviously has lived through something that he could have a message. One thing I would say with what he was going to deliver on and that message to employees, that one core maybe thing that sticks out, that this is how I'm going to make your employees more productive, or how I'm going to connect. You can hit on a bunch of different things, but maybe one huge one that's going to differentiate yourself.
And your score for Aaron is?
9.
Nice. All right. Well, thank you for that, Spencer. Excellent job, Aaron. Excellent job, David. In round 2, we're going to switch it up, and we're going to switch up the sequencing. So Aaron, Bella just got off the phone with the National Speakers Association. She's ready to continue the conversation about bringing you into your amazingness, but she may have a few questions. So Bella, take us in.
Thank you. Sorry for that interruption, Aaron, but this could be great for us. It was the Speakers Bureau. And so I would just love to find out, what made you get into sports? And, tell me a little bit about, kind of your career, and then how that is going to relate to the talk that you're going to do, and what you think our team would walk away with.
Yeah, absolutely. So, growing up, I played a lot of different sports, really anything from baseball, basketball, snowboarding, skiing, football, and nothing really stuck. I was never the most athletic kid, never the most confident kid. And eventually when I started playing football in 7th grade, it was something where I didn't need to be the best athlete at first. I was doing something part of a team, something greater than myself, and learning the game. Once I went into 10th grade, sophomore year of high school, I realized that I wanted to play at the highest level possible, and I couldn't do it at the position that I was doing. And so I found long snapping, and I said, if I can get good enough at this, I might have a shot. And the second part was, I need to work 10 times as hard as everyone else just to be as good as them. And so I would wake up at 5 a.m. every day and practice snapping before school. And that's what I did to earn my spot, earn my opportunity. And, what I really leave your company with, what I leave all companies and teams with, is learning how to be a better leader. It's so important, learning those leadership skills, learning what you can do to accomplish your goals within your company. I was a team captain my senior year. I was an NFL free agent. I truly have built a life around leadership and helping others through that. And I love everything I'm doing with speaking because it allows me to impact the lives of others, to help them to improve their lives. You know, I don't go out every day and say, how can I make $10,000 today? I go out and every day and say, how can I talk to two new people and make an impact on their lives, improve their lives, and make them have a better existence? And that's what I'm for. I'm here to help others, and that's why you should bring me into your company.
Well, Aaron, I really have enjoyed everything, that you have shared. And so I think if you can send us your speaker reel and your one sheet, I will take it to our event director and see what we can do to get you in.
Sounds good. Appreciate that, and have a great rest of your day.
Awesome. Thank you, Aaron.
Aaron, excellent work, my friend. Appreciate you. And let's roll it to David. David, there's some heated conversation going on. Bella just got back from her meeting. And please take us in, Bella.
Hi, David. This is Bella. I'm back. I have about 3 minutes to finish this conversation.
Okay. How are you?
I'm good.
So have you looked at the data that the NIH publishes on the PubMed's database?
Do you mean in the last few minutes that I look at it?
Well, as the commissioner, you're ultimately responsible for setting policy. And over the years, through the Deshay Act of 1994, there's been some policies that are set that I believe are not accurate for, certifying organic, whole food vitamins and minerals and supplements. And I just think that should be relooked at.
And what makes you think we should relook at it?
The data, the facts, the thousands of clinical trials that have, there's not only human clinical trials, but lots of preclinical trials on animal studies, nude mice. And there's all sorts of issues that are, finally Amazon has finally cracked down and started confirming the purity of all the products out there. So Amazon is taking a stance after many years this June. If you don't pass a certain level of transparency and purity by third-party laboratories. So in the past, anybody could make a dietary supplement from their house and sell it. There was no regulations. The only time the FDA or FTC would come in is if somebody got sick or died. That's the level of regulation that they have. So we need tighter restrictions. Europe is very different. Australia is very different than the US. I would like the FDA to take a look at those other countries that have very, very tough, and they allow very little, like including pesticides on the fruits and vegetables. In the US, we have hundreds. In Europe, there's like 4 allowed, versus hundreds in the US, especially glyphosate, which is a cancer causing, pesticide that's killing a lot of people, which is in almost 90% of supplements, by the way. So it may not be the actual ingredient, it's the byproduct of what it's sprayed with. And people are not required to test for it. At Nourish Me, we test for that on every single lot, every single batch, because the last thing we want to do is take healthy people and make them sick. That's all I'd like the FDA to do is to analyze the data that other countries do.
Yeah. So, hey, Bella, real quick, you have a phone call coming in. It's somebody from the FBI, and they want to have a conversation about something that was just dropped off to you.
Oh. I think I need to call an attorney.
So, excellent job, David. Appreciate you very much. We'll see how the head of the FDA, Bella, gets this all worked out. But are you ready, David and Aaron, to have a bit more fun?
Yes.
Okay. So I have
You gotta be careful when you say yes to fun with Sean, because you could go like surfing in hurricanes. You could end up skiing down a mountain with a blind man. So just be careful what you're saying fun yes to.
Well, I think Spencer would love that. Like that would be like amazing. We'd have.
And Cowboy Joe's giving his thumbs up. So, all right, I guess we're up for more fun, Sean.
We will be down with that. I have never snowboarded, so I would be very happy to have a blind man teach me to snowboard. And maybe I don't know. Let's go with this element. Has anybody here ever surfed or not surfed? Aaron, have you surfed before?
Yeah, I have. I learned in Australia.
That stinks. Then I can't teach you to surf because you know how to surf any snowboard. So I'm running out of stuff.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, if you want to go surfing, that would be super cool. Because Bell,
That's
like,
where
I'm sorry.
That's where I surf. That's where I surf, right here, off my dock, my beach.
Camera. He like lives on the beach, so he just turned his camera.
Which beach is that, David?
Solana Beach. It's a surfer's beach right here. We have about 100 surfers every morning coming out here. Great beach to surf. That's where I learned how to surf. At the age of 55, I learned how to surf.
Excellent. Well,
I like surfing, but Sean only has me surfing hurricanes. So, and I don't know if hurricanes hit the West Coast, so I might have to pass on surfing the West Coast.
So amazing. All right, so let's do this. Aaron, I have a number from between 1 and 10 under the table. What number do you think it is?
5.
Okay, got a 5. David, what do you got?
8.
An 8.
8.
Mike, what do you have?
I also picked 8.
Okay, Spencer, what do you got?
3.
3. Let's go with Cowboy Joe. What do you have?
9.
Okay, and Kirsha, what do you have?
7.
Spencer wins it. It was a 4. He is the closest without going over. We are Price is Right rules here. So Spencer, you get the chance to put me on the hot seat, and on the spot, if you will. And I have to go from hello to yes. I will be anybody in the world that you choose me to be, having to go from hello to yes about anything. The only caveat, Spencer, is that it's integrous. So we cannot be selling swamp land off of like David's beach over there. We can't be doing that. So anything integrous and any hello to yes. People have had me be specific occupations, real people in the world, anything that you like, or you can pass the opportunity, Spencer, to create the scenario off to anybody else that you choose here on the show. So would you like to set the scenario and put me on the hot seat where I have to go from hello to yes, just like Aaron and David just did? Or would you like to pass that?
Do I have the option to pass and then they will do it?
Yes. Well, you have an option to pass and they'll set the scenario. Correct. And I'll still be on the hot seat.
I have a feeling I'm going to pass this because I have a feeling that Mike would have a great scenario for you.
Perfect. Mike, what do you got?
All right. So to pick someone that you can role play.
Yes, I got to be the person seeking a yes because everything in the world happens after yes. So I could be any specific human being in any situation needing to get a yes, or any general avatar. I could be like a lawyer, an accountant, a financial person, a coach, anything that's seeking a yes from somebody.
All right. How about, this is a tough one.
I mean, you could make me David with the FDA. I could repeat something that happened.
I was going to say Dr. Drew, actually.
Yeah.
Dr. Drew is like the most like on the level and objective. So I don't know. Either him or Ozzy Osbourne.
Cool. All right. How about I will be either, but if I'm Ozzy or Dr. Drew, what's the yes that I'm seeking? Like, am I trying to get Black Sabbath back together? If I'm Ozzy, am I trying to get a new agent? Or Dr. Drew, am I trying to convince a couple to stay together and take my program? Like, what would the yes from those? Either one, you pick it.
Let's get Black Sabbath back together.
All right, very cool. And which of my bandmates, who would you like to be my bandmate that I'm trying to convince is like my first person cohort to kind of get this thing back together? Who would you like to play that role?
Ooh. That's a tough one. The guitarist, Tony Iommi.
Okay, and who would you like to play Tony Iommi out of the group here, including yourself?
I see a big smile on Cowboy Joe's face.
All right.
Is that
Cool.
amicable there? Does that work?
Cowboy Joe, you up for being Tony Iommi?
I have no earthly idea who that is. I barely know Black Sabbath, but I'm up for it.
Yeah, so listen, cool. So no problem. So we got a little bit of sound coming from somewhere, so we could Unblinded team if we can get that muted up. So, hey, Tony, and I'm not going to do an effective accent of the one and only Ozzy, but I will be that in concept. So, Tony, thanks, man, for having a conversation. I know it's been a while. I know we've been through a lot, but just how you doing?
I'm doing well. Been clean for 10 years and doing well.
Yeah.
Enjoying life.
So I've had my ups and downs too, and yeah, it's been a challenge for sure, brother. And I know we've been through a lot, and is it okay if I start our quick conversation? I know you gave me 3 minutes because we had a lot of friction that's occurred. I'm really grateful you even talked to me. Can I just start in a specific place? Would that be okay with you?
That's fine.
Yeah. So Tony, I'm going to share something I've never shared before, and that I'm sorry. I'm sorry for and own all of the things I did that took something that was mind-blowingly extraordinary. And my leadership, my addiction, my completely insane behavior, which I know fed into the success of our group, but we could have had that success with a different approach. And we could have been completely disruptive. We could have caused people to think, and we could have been a lot more respectful in a whole bunch of situations. Like when I blew up that hotel bathroom, when I started biting the heads off of animals on stage, some of those things, which certainly created an allure. There's a lot of ways we could have done those things. And mostly, I'm sorry, Tony, for how disrespectfully I treated you at times. Times when you tried to confront me about my addiction and addictions and support me in making better choices that would have allowed us to be even more and stay together. So from my heart, and I know you're probably saying, well, what do you want, Ozzy, and why are you apologizing? But if we get nothing more out of this, then I just want you to know I apologize, whether you accept it or not. And I really, truly appreciate and love you and couldn't be more grateful for all the things you brought to my life, Tony.
Well, Ozzy, first I want to say no apology necessary because we were all a part of it. And you were acting out of stuff that you saw and your expectations on things and expectations that didn't get met. So we all were in that same group. I do appreciate the apology and would be interested in carrying this conversation further and seeing where we can go with it.
Yeah. So I know we're down to like our final minute. Where I'd love to go is, I can't imagine that we certainly don't have forever left on this earth. And I hope with regenerative medicine and all the things that are happening, I heard this guy, David, he's got all these things about inflammation and all kinds of stuff. And who knows, maybe we'll each live another 100 years. And that would be truly amazing. But if we don't, I think there's still more in us. There's not only the fans that would love to see us back together. There's all these folks that really don't know who and what we are. And they may have heard a story, a something like out there. But our coming back together gives us an opportunity to extend our legacy, to expand our legacy, and to truly disrupt lives, to create thinking. For all those kids out there, for all those adults out there that feel they're conforming, feel they're trapped, they're stuck, I think our music frees that friction and causes things for people. And if thank you for saying you'd be interested in the conversation. If you have that conversation and we could, have it with a couple of other bandmates, I'd be willing to put into any agreement clauses of respect, clauses that protect the integrity of our reunion, our mission, our outcome, our vision. I'd be happy to put those things in. And I want to show you that it's not just words, that I'm happy to back up those words with actions, including that I would forfeit any and all of my money in anything that we do together if I don't show up respectfully and honor our agreements. And I just want you to know that I'm completely open to that conversation. And that's how grateful I am for your even entertaining this chat. So thank you, Tony.
I'm all in. When you said disrupting people and getting them to think differently, I'm all in. But we definitely got to get this David character on board because these fingers don't move like they used to because of inflammation. So let's go.
All right, let's go, brother. Well, thank you. How did that feel for you? Out of roll, Cowboy Joe, how'd that feel for you?
It was great. I enjoyed it.
Cool. Mike, how'd I do as Ozzy?
I think it was great, man. I was very sincere, and everything between you two guys seemed like you were going to go back on tour again. And little known secret, Ozzy Osbourne is the one who told me to get stem cells because it worked for Jack. And that was over 6 years ago. Took me about 2.5 years to find the right doctor and find the right information. But I think also adding someone like David to the team would be great for the tour. And maybe Aaron could even be the personal trainer on that as well, and the coach. So, because you got to stay healthy on tour, man. Going on tour is brutal. Really is. It wears on you.
Yeah, and that's it. And if there's anybody that could get that crew back together again and agree to it, you might be talking to him. So thank you for that. Belvrita, how'd that feel for you?
It was absolutely beautiful. I love how you open listening with a true heart connection.
Well,
What I admire
thank you,
most.
Belle. So let's see what our judges have to say about that second round that Aaron and David graced us with. So Spencer, we're going to reverse who we gave feedback to. So let's start with Spencer. What do you got for David in round 2, which is an assessment of how he was conveying who he was and getting to the yes. So what do you got, Spencer, for David?
I thought David did a much better job. You could feel his passion on the subject and the way he felt, but I also felt like it came across in a lot softer way. And there was more, the delivery was much more something where I could see the FDA commissioner coming out of that conversation and saying, maybe we do need, or maybe I need to take a look in the mirror and look at some of these policies. So I thought he did a much better job and did well with it.
And your score for him is?
8.
Awesome. Spencer, truly appreciate that. Your candor, your directness, your energy for today. And how was today's Real Raw for you, Spencer?
Excellent. I had a blast.
All right. Well, appreciate you. Mike, what do you got for your buddy David?
Definitely the approach was softer and less accusatory. So I get passionate too. And I see a lot of things going wrong with that organization. So I'd probably react similar, but I think coming in softer with it's a busy organization. Hold on. It's mom and dad. I'll call them back. But I like the approach, and I think it was definitely an easier way to win them over than going in like as a fighter, which I've myself, when I get passionate, sometimes I do. The score is a 9, maybe 9.5.
Nice, Mike. And listen, brother, thank you for being here today. Thanks for setting that scenario, the Aussie scenario. Awesome job. How'd you enjoy the Real Raw?
Excellent. Everything was wonderful, and like also with Aaron, like he bumped up his game too. So add another point on both of them. I think making yourself known as an asset and what you can do more for that company is always in your benefit, and that definitely came around. So in both senses. Hold on. Let me, my mom's calling me twice. I got to take this real quick.
Of course. Say hi to mom, and thank you very much. Cowboy Joe, thank you. And what did you have for Aaron?
Aaron, second time around, you led off with more vulnerability, opened up, and how you weren't the best, but your journey to being the best. And then that was great connection. On the downside, I would say focus a little bit more on the benefits of you talking to the company, both to the employees and what are the benefits to that company, personally to that person because you're wanting to make them look like a rock star. So focus more on the benefits to them versus you on the end. And don't be scared to ask for the appointment.
Well, excellent job, Cowboy Joe. Appreciate that. And how was your experience with us here today? And thank you for being Tony.
Enjoyed it. Experience was awesome. I love hanging out with inspiring people, and this is definitely an inspiring group. Looking forward to making connections with more of them.
Awesome, brother. Well, here we go. So thank you, Cowboy
And
Joe.
Score was a 9.
Oh, thank you for that as well. Appreciate that as well. And we have one more. Who else was judging? Bella, I want to make sure I got this right. Who else was judging? Aaron? Kirsha, of course. Kirsha. Who? What was your score for Aaron?
Overall, I would say an 8.5, because in that last fight, I definitely see where he changed the tone a bit, and he was more showing the value that the team, the employees would get when he got in to speak to them. And in the end, that's what the employer wants to know, what's going to be the benefit to my team. Why should he really come into our organization?
Awesome. Well, thank you for that, Kirsha, for sure. And how was your time today with us?
It was good. It's my second time being on, and I really learned a little bit more in terms of building that connection and not going straight to selling, but building up a rapport first, finding out what's happening on their end first as well.
Well, thank you. Great job. Aaron, loved having you here. Awesome story of converting to long snapping and the journey. So Aaron, how was it today for you on the railroad?
It was good. Enjoyed it, and looking forward to continuing to build relationships with people here. But enjoyed coming on. Awesome. Well, thank you very much. And David, how about yourself, man? How was your day with us?
It was very nice, very enlightened. Loved listening to everybody, and especially you, Sean. Your beautiful light, and Spencer, Joe, and Aaron. Love your stories. And Mike, obviously, you and I have been connecting on Clubhouse and on Instagram. You're an amazing guy. I look forward to meeting you in person one day. And Bella Vita, Barita, I want to thank you so much for moderating it. I had to be tough on you because it's something that's been killing me inside for the past 5 years. I've seen too many people get cancer and people die of cancer in my short period on this planet. And I know a lot of this could be prevented with just honoring our body. So I don't want to sell anybody any supplements. I just want to sell you on yourself. Just honor your body, eat greens, eat your veggies, and you'll survive. And if you need an insurance policy, a backup, that's what I say is use me as a backup. I don't ever want to sell anything because I never believed in supplementation for 50 years until I was diagnosed with the disease, and I cured myself with fruit. So anyhow, this is all I want to say. Honor your body, live life with the fullest, and self-love is self-care. So thank you for giving me the platform and the time to speak to all of you beautiful people. Namaste.
And thank you for standing for truth. We always talk about the sequencing of like opening, listening, and then, delivering truth. Awesome. So thank you for being here today.
Thank you.
Bella Verita, final, my friend. Great job.
Final is, just thank you everyone for sharing your story, sharing your influence, sharing what is important to you in the world. It is absolutely extraordinary to have each one of you here. And I just thank you for being here. And everyone is invited to have a strategy call with Adam or Fernando. And Adam took a company from 3 to 750 million. And so we unpacked, that formula. And you have an opportunity maybe to talk to Adam. So definitely take that call. And we definitely would love to have you back on Monday night. Back to you, Sean.
Well, thank you guys. Yeah. This is like the tip of the iceberg. People are here because you want more. You want more money, and/or you want more time, leverage scaling, and/or you want more magic. That's what we stand for in the world, because we are causing leaders to lead leaders, to merge ecosystems, to come together for 1 + 1 = 1 trillion relationships to make the world an even greater place. Whether we like it or not, there's a science that's not only applying to our body and our health, but a science, heart-centered one, but a science that's controlling our money, time, and magic, whether we're present to it or not. So love you guys. Thank you for being here. Happy Trajectory Tuesday.
Thank you.
Thank you. And we are all blind, Bella Verita.
And just learning to see. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye-bye. Thank you guys.
Bye-bye.
All right. Thank you guys so much. God bless.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye, guys.
Have a wonderful one, everybody. Bye.